Well, speaking of cases, the Keefe D case is still ongoing. And Keefe's defense, because I remember hearing an interview with his lawyer, was that Keefe D wasn't even in Las Vegas. He made all this up in order to, make some money from interviews, and I've paid him for interviews before.
Right.
So I'm going to be part of this defense in one way or another. And he was just trying to get some internet clout, and he was also trying to beat a serious PCP case back in the day, but he wasn't there at all. But in his book, and I remember I interviewed him about this, the guy that he said gave him the gun, which ended up killing Tupac, was a guy named Eric Von Zip from New York. That, in the book, he said he was hanging out with Foxy Brown. So now they're trying to get Foxy Brown on the stand to basically say that, yeah, she saw Keefe D that night. That would place him in Vegas. And then that would essentially throw out his whole defense.
Damn.
I mean, what do you think about the whole Keefe D case?
He's fucking stupid. Like, you did all that talking and now you're in this situation. It's your fault. You really, you try to profit off of something that a lot of people are mad that had happened. You're trying to profit off of Tupac's death. And you did it so much, you probably could have got away with just a little bit, but you kept it going and kept it going. And now you're in this situation. So it's like, you fucked yourself.
I mean, why do you think that people who get away with crimes end up essentially telling on themselves later on in life? There's a whole documentary on HBO called The Jinx with this guy named Robert Durst. I don't know if you watched it, but he killed 3 people, and he was worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. He came from this really rich real estate family in New York. He killed his first wife. He killed his neighbor in Texas, chopped up the body, got arrested for it, went to court and beat the case, and then killed this other woman who basically helped him get away with the first murder. And then he decides to do an interview with these filmmakers. And in the interview, he admitted to a bunch of stuff that he shouldn't have admitted to, like in the first murder. And then they caught him on a hot mic going to the bathroom saying, "I killed them all." And then ultimately he was arrested, he went to court, found guilty, and then he died in prison like a year later during the course of the appeal.
Right.
But why do you see people so often feeling like they need to get their story out there, knowing that it might put them in prison for life?
It's a power trip. It's a power trip. A lot of these people got low self-esteem. They do something to somebody, they want everybody to know. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're doing something that the majority of people in the world don't do. You're killing somebody. It's something you can't reverse. You don't have the power to do that. You can't bring somebody back. So a lot of these dudes want you to know they've done something. They've crossed that line that there's no coming back from. It's the same shit in prison. You got motherfuckers that catch bodies. They want you to know they got a body. For some of them, it's a self-defense mechanism. You got some dudes that got life. So when you get like a call out in prison, you walk up and you'll see who all got call outs. It'll have their DC number and it'll have their fucking release date. So any dude that got life, it just says 9999999, like infinity. You're in here forever. So when you see that, then you look at the dude, you're like, damn, what the fuck is he in here for? And these dudes will put on a front like, yeah, I'm in here on a body. I'm trying to get that appeal back. The whole time they're lying. They're in there for some stupid shit. But they just did it so much they got life, but they want you to think that because of the power that comes with it. Oh, he killed somebody. You know what I mean? So it's like, when people out here do shit, they just hint at it because they want you to know. They want you to have that perception of them.
Yeah, I remember a while back I interviewed this police officer from Kansas City when I was working on the Mac Dre story for American Gangster. And we were talking about teardrop tattoos. And he was saying that most of the people with teardrop tattoos haven't killed anybody, but it's an intimidation factor.
Yeah.
When you see those tattoos on their face, you think, oh, this guy's a murderer. Oh, he's a multiple murderer, because he got 3 tattoos. Let me be, scared of this guy. But a lot of times, they haven't killed anybody.
No, yeah, definitely. And I mean, I met somebody in prison. I forget his name, but The last prison I was at, they said he was in there for a triple murder in Miami. He supposedly sprayed him up with an AK. He doesn't have teardrops. He has the chalk outlines of bodies, 3 of them tattooed on his throat. So it's like he's flat the fuck out telling you, like, yeah, smacked 1, 2, and 3. He's just letting you know. Then you got other dudes that'll have graveyards tatted on them, and each grave will supposed to be a body, but some people, like, in there is different. Like, some of them will tattoo their victims' names because they're not getting out and they're standing on it. But as far as teardrops, like, man, I feel like Lil Wayne and Gucci really made everybody want to get a fucking teardrop, to be honest with you. And then motherfuckers will get pressed about the shit. Like, they'll go to jail. Oh, you got tears? You did something? Oh, no, these my grandparents. That's grandma, that's grandpa. They passed away, you know. It's how I remember them. So it's like, that shit ain't what it used to be. They say back in like the 80s and shit, you seen teardrops, they really did it.